name's Chelsea and I'm a bride-to-be in November this year. I've got a panel of wedding suppliers and I've got a lot of questions to ask them. These are just a heap of questions that I've come across from friends, my own couples, because I'm also a wedding coordinator. So here we go. So we'll start with our first one. And with the panel that we've got here today, they'll just answer as they please if they think they've got a good answer. Cool. So we'll start with, this is a question from Alex in Thornlands. What order should I book my wedding suppliers? So who can answer that one for me? Maybe Mel?
Sure. So Mel, I'm from the Lighthouse Restaurant at Cleveland. Sorry, it was how in advance you can book your suppliers, is it?
Yeah, kind of what order should I book my suppliers and kind of how far in advance as well?
So for me, as a venue being a restaurant, most of my brides actually book about 10 months in advance, where other actual function centres, I know they book up pretty quickly. So maybe like a year in advance is a good one. Other vendors, I know a lot of my brides do book a venue first and then go for celebrant next, but I guess it depends on availability as well with those people. It's always good to have a couple of, vendors, especially celebrants and photographers, just so you can get the availability for the date that you want.
Yeah, great. Does anybody else have any input? Great answer though, Mel.
Thanks.
Helps.
I'll go next. I'm a celebrant. My name's Cheryl, and we generally get booked out probably 9 to 15 months in advance. Mostly people book their venue first. Once they've got the venue, they then have the date, and then they'll book the celebrant and photographer, and then carry on from there. Romana?
Yeah, Romana, wedding photographer. I think it all like I get a lot of brides who do it's between those three. So venues, celebrants, and photographers are usually the first three that get booked. But it always depends on the brides, like what they value the most as well. And so if the photographer that's the person that you want, you could be booking them like a year and a half in advance. But the same goes for venues or for celebrants as well. Because if you want who you want, you've got to be the first one to book them in. Otherwise, once they're locked in, they're gone for the day. And particularly at the moment, where we've got lots of postponed weddings and new weddings for next year, the end of this year and next year, where we've got twice the amount of weddings for next year. So ASAP, like you've got to kind of get in pretty quick if you want who you want.
I have to agree with Romana on that at the moment with them, because like particularly their industry, they have to get in quick. They are their product. For myself, and possibly I'll let Simone answer for herself, but I'm Steph from Beautiful Illusions and we do styling. For us, it's not as restrictive because we can do more than one wedding in a day. So for us, it really does value where the bride wants everything. So we might be they may come to us a month before, some of them come a year and a half out. But definitely, if you want to get exactly what you want and you don't want to miss out on something, I'd suggest booking us, give us at least 6 months if you can, but obviously we have people come at the last minute all the time. Perhaps you can shed some light on that, Simone?
Yeah, hi, I'm Simone from Cakes by Simone. I had this same conversation with Steph today, as I can do more than one wedding in a day. So, because my prep time is all week and then comes the weekend, it's delivering the cakes. So I'm a bit more flexible. I only take bookings 12 months in advance just because I can't get my head around over 12 months. But probably at least 4 months that you would need for a cake if you wanted that certain cake decorator. 4 to 6 months is usually, fine. So just because I can do 5, 6, 7 cakes a week. So.
Susie?
Nice one. I'm Susie from Knife Style. I'm a hair and makeup artist. I find most brides will book me about 6 months out. So sometimes a little bit earlier than that, sometimes about 3 months out, but 6 months is generally good.
Far out. Good answers, guys. Loving them, loving them. Okay, so my next question is, because that was kind of a two-parter, we had 2 questions there. Next question is, this is probably focused at Simone. Should I have my cake as dessert? So this is me asking the question. Should I have my cake as dessert, or do I keep it all for myself, to be honest?
Of course you should have it as
yourself.
That's a really good question, and it depends on a couple of things. First of all, not all venues let you use your cake as dessert. So that is something that you need to be checking with the venue. If they will let you use the cake as dessert, like it's a great thing because then you know that it's going to get eaten because it's actually served to everybody. And then it's also saving on a cost because you're using it as the dessert. So, but first of all, you need to check with your venue on what packages they have and if they let you use it as dessert or not. So otherwise it then just gets served as a finger slice to be served with tea and coffee at the end of the night or to take home with the guests. So, but if you can use that as dessert, I think it's a great way to, and then everybody gets to eat the yummy cake.
Yeah, nice. And Mel, because obviously you work at the Lighthouse restaurant, do you find that a lot of your guests actually eat the cake for dessert, or do you find that you pick up a lot of plates at the end of the night that have got a full slab of cake on it and you're like, what is wrong with this person?
Rarely. A lot of the brides do use the cake for dessert because you spend the time of tasting it, getting it made, especially in a theme or certain colours. So you might as well, cut the cake and enjoy it as well. We have a few brides that might add in dessert as well or add in cheese plates too. So that's that little bit extra. But a lot of the time they do cut and plate the cake for dessert.
Okay, great. Good feedback. Good to know. Okay, we'll move on to our next question. Okay, so this is based on MC. This is a question from Jess from out at Cedar Grove. She wants, I know, not in Redlands, but she wanted to know the question. Who should I ask to be my MC? Is it better to hire a professional MC?
I would probably say as a reception venue to go for a hired person, just so you know that all your guests can actually enjoy the evening as well, and you can actually leave the responsibility up to someone else.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah.
The wedding receptions that have a professional MC, not only are they coordinated with the reception venue and the couple a timeline, but they make sure that everything happens when it's supposed to happen, that things don't get missed as well. And they just keep the night flowing, and they not only that, but they add to the atmosphere of it as well. So weddings that the receptions, weddings that have a professional MC, far more fun. The whole atmosphere is completely different to one that has the mate who he had really good intentions of being an awesome MC at the beginning of the night, but now he's had
10 drinks.
And then and sometimes it's me that's going, hey, Mr. MC, were we supposed to start speeches half an hour ago? And then the speeches haven't been had and it's coming out late, and so it just impacts the whole night. And then sometimes often the couple don't even notice, and because they're just having so much fun. But then there's some couples that go, what's happening? We were supposed to have done this by now, and he hasn't done this and that or whatever. So the professional by far keeps everything going and on track and fun.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you've got your uncle, they can go a bit rogue, telling inappropriate jokes, and you might be thinking, I really wish I had somebody who's working for me and doing what I want. As a celebrant, I'm also called upon to MC sometimes. You can also have your DJ, they might MC as well, or there's just a separate
Not
MC.
always. Make sure they do that.
Some, yeah, some do.
Yeah.
Some celebrants, some DJs, MC, or there's someone that you can hire separately as a MC.